Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi, legendary Roosevelt Island, the division. So, trying to get my weekly legendary done. I jump into a group. And this is a pretty high damage group. This has a sniper person in it, I guess. Things are melting before I even get a chance to do anything really. I've sped this up. It's still 30 minutes long. In the old days, I would have just played the whole entire thing. Now I'm slicing it up a little bit and doing it 2 times. Legendary content, you have to stay in cover. It's not content that you push forward. We have a sniper. You see the snipers are already down. Anyone that gets up here, they get smoked pretty easy. So this is a kind of situation when you're doing legendary that you love to have, that you got a group that's great. I can move a little bit forward so I can reach things. I'm using Vial Jammer with Firefly Blinder. I'll be switching around in the video. I don't need DPS. I do DPS on this. I don't know how well the sniper's going to do against dogs or Chunga. There's not a lot of drones in this part, so Vial Jammer, I can't reach all those guys, so it's ineffectual here. It's not the most optimized build for this part. That guy appeared out of somewhere or nowhere. Didn't even know he was gone. Legendary content, you're staying in cover. This goes for Destiny or the Division. We already got helos in here. So this first helo's okay, but there's a second helo that drops on the other side. There's a Chunga coming. And usually when that Chunga comes, he brings the dogs with him too. Kind of the best thing if you could do, if you're not the primary damage dealer, if you could take out the lieutenants or sergeants, whatever they are that lay down the healing, it would make this go better. I'm retreating back. The next 2 copters bring a Chunga on each. Now there's 3 Chungas coming up. You can see some of the damage. I have perfect shock and awe, so if you look down at my, it's the thing almost all the way on the left. Looks like someone has that other thing, so we're just doing a ton of damage. But even though we're doing a ton of damage, that healing pot's keeping them up. But we eventually overcome that. Again, it's a great high-powered group. And we're up into the next. This run isn't without some controversy. This goes normal. When I blind them, I can get closer and then it makes the pulse more effective. If I don't have the blind, I stay back a little bit, but all right, we're in the next. I always try to grab that ammo, and I'm going to push kind of further than I normally do. This group has really good DPS, so I normally don't come up into this corner. This is not normally when I ask you, there's Roxy. If I ask you to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification. Trying to keep the videos in a more digestible time length for you. I appreciate if you stay around and listen to all my junk, but if you don't, it's okay. Okay, so here's the first thing that happens bad. This guy, I've never had him running in this far, so this guy has somehow triggered the spawn. We barely, when I'm looking back, and I've never had a guy, I'm going to start getting shot by a guy over here on the other side of the fence. Never had this happen before. We eventually overcome it. We have enough DPS, but that's weird when you start it. So I don't know what this is about me. This is why I'm a bad person. So I'm like, you know what you guys are getting next? Full unbridled Ronin. Now, for those of you that are in the channel, you've had some foreshadowing of this, but you may not remember. Normally I throw my turret back there. Normally you start it there, but I'm going right here in the yellow tent. Now I know a chunga is going to come, so I'm going to switch to my turret. And let's hope I don't embarrass myself up here in front of you, YouTube. Nothing worse than you're a creator and you have embarrassing things happen, and this could be one of them. At a certain point, I probably, if I was doing this correctly, I would do a couple. Once I stunned him, I should switch to test subject. I use a healing kit, which I normally never do. And I use another healing kit, which I never use too. But he goes down. Here's the benefit. See, I'm smoking everyone on this side of it. So it's a great, we got him in a pincer move, as General Schwarzkopf would say from Desert Storm. He might not have said that, YouTube. And I run right by that guy and then give him a little extra. So that was the excitement in here. Except there's a little more excitement coming. These guys are smoking the thing so fast. Normally I get round and round of me doing jammer, but it's pretty much over. I didn't check out their builds. You'll see why in a minute. Now we're on to the dogs. And Rose Fox probably gets tired of me saying this, but I'm using the Demolisher. Never really used it. I only used it in the final boss move in District Union to break his backpack, but I use it now all the time when I'm around dogs or if I'm going to face a lot of technology. I didn't know how to use it before. It won't target someone if they don't have a breakable thing, so I used to think it was broken. It just, I wasn't that smart. And we're out of here. So I always go now on this point, either I have a high powered turret or I put out shock traps there, and then I come on this side and I'm going to try to get both sides and keep both sides equally suppressed. Now I'm not going to slow this down for this part, but we're getting to the controversy. We've been going through here pretty fast. The whole thing took a half hour from when I joined. So this is a pretty decent time. It's not, maybe not a speed run, but we're going pretty fast. So you always have a choice here. Do you throw your turrets up or do you go up and over? And you're going to see what happens. Someone throws their turret up, but we jump anyways, and then someone immediately quits. And that was the group leader. Now, was that a nice group leader that was just carrying us and then dropping us off? I've had that happen once before. Or was that person so mad? Is this another, you mad, bro? That should be a series. So in this part, you know, we don't control those ads very well. If you're jumping over, you come to these yellow pipes here. You don't go behind that container there because you'll spawn both of them. Otherwise, you only spawn one at a time. The other thing that we're getting in here, because you're engaging the mobs, they start coming in at you, and you shouldn't engage them. You should only engage the copters. But we'll see how it goes. Ronan, don't die right here. And Ronan dies. This guy picks me up, though. We're 3-manning. And that guy gets smoked out there. So I got to go get him, I think. Or he revived himself. He revived himself. Again, I don't like revive hives unless you're a tank and you're going to go out there. But now at this point... Oh, and we got the 3 guys coming in on us. We don't even have everything down yet. So there's a lot going on. But that's another good thing about Pulse, because you can get the copters and you can do an AoE on people that keep coming in. I really wish we would have focused fire on that, but it doesn't matter. And I'm throwing a decoy constantly. I have a decoy, and you really can't do this. I haven't seen it. I think maybe once we might not have had a decoy, but I don't remember that. Look at me. I might use a... Come on, use a heel kick. Come on, Ronan. Nope. And my buddy goes down again. But I'm right here for him. So, Legendary Roosevelt, I think the majority of time now, I used to only do it from up there and clear everything out. If you clear it out up there, then you go run to the boat. You don't clear it out and then come down here. That makes no sense. So that's just a FYI. That's a public service announcement. And we're killing things so fast, I don't ever change from the drone, even when we kill the copters. If you're doing and you're worried about expertise and getting your expertise up and making a nice set, then you should have 4 characters that are all highest level, and you should be getting, 12, at least 12 exotics every week. You get 1 just for having resources on each character. You can do a legendary on each character, that's 8. And then you could do the summit. You can do other stuff too, but I think those are the 3 easiest. Summit's kind of a pain in the butt, but you could do it on normal, to be honest, and just pulse jam through everything. This is Ronan Kazi. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you. I'm out.